Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. Today I want to talk about common things that I do not own as a minimalist. Some of these things on this list I used to have and I just don't find purpose for them in my life anymore, or some of these things I just have never owned. So I'm really excited to share all of those things with you today. Before we get started, if you are new here, welcome. I make videos all about minimalism, simple living, and decluttering. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to subscribe down below so we can hang out every single week. First thing that I don't own are specialized cleaning products. So I used to have cleaning products for everything, and there are so many out there on the market that tell you that you need this specific cleaner for this specific item, which is totally not true. It's just all about marketing. You don't need to have 10 different items to clean your house with all these products. What I do now is I make my own cleaning products, and I only have about 3 of them, and that helps me clean everything in my home, so I don't need to purchase 10 different cleaning products for everything in my home. If you are curious to see my cleaning products, I have a video on that, so I will link it up here and down below. I don't own any throw pillows. I know a lot of people like to add throw pillows to their beds, to their couches, but for me personally, I have always found that it adds a lot of visual clutter, and it also takes up a lot of space. So I know other times when I go visit people's homes and they have throw pillows on their couches and I'm trying to sit down, I feel like they're very just in the way, and I always find myself removing the throw pillows and placing them somewhere else just so I can get comfortable on the couch. So I feel like it's not worth the hassle, and it just adds a lot of visual clutter, so I don't own any throw pillows. I also don't own any belts. I used to own a lot of belts when I was younger. I used to have different belts for different outfits, and now I just don't have any anymore. I realized that when I did have belts, I kind of just wanted them as an extra accessory to my outfit, and it was never really doing much for my pants. Like, my pants would just stay up with or without them, so I just wanted to add an extra accessory to my outfit to look nice. But now I don't have any belts. All of my pants fit perfectly, and there is no need for me to have belts now. I don't own specialized store credit cards. So by this I mean, like, I don't have a Kohl's card, a Macy's card, TJ Maxx card. Nowadays there's basically credit cards for every single store, and that's how they get you to purchase from their store all the time, by providing an incentive as saying, like, if you purchase $100 on your next order, you get 20% off or something like that. And a lot of companies do this, and I used to have Macy's cards and store credit cards for Forever 21 and things like that, but now I do not own any. The only credit card that I have is just my regular bank credit card, and I don't have those store credit cards anymore. I don't own any gym memberships. I used to a few years ago, but that was because where I used to live, there was no gym in my complex, and now I do have one that I don't use so much anymore just because of the whole pandemic, so I'd rather work out at home, and they just recently opened the one up here where I live, but I've only gone once in the past month. But I prefer to do my workouts at home. I get the same benefits working out from home, watching YouTube videos, and just using my own body weight is just as effective if I was going to the gym. I also don't own a tablet, like an e-reader, like a Kindle. I don't own that. I don't have an iPad. I used to want both of those, but I just find that I don't need them as much as I thought I did, and I am living fine without them. But I feel like a lot of people have tablets nowadays, and that's just something that I don't have. I also don't have any paid apps. I've never just been one to want to purchase an app. I feel like it's not worth it. If there's a free version of something, I will just use the free version. I have never bought any paid apps before, and I don't think I ever will unless I really want it and I really need it. I don't have any cookbooks. I did used to have them, but I ended up decluttering them because I found myself never using those cookbooks. I never even once opened them up to make something and use them. Actually prefer to just look up recipes online and I feel like cookbooks just was never something that I reached out and grabbed and ever found myself using, so I don't have any cookbooks. I do not own an air fryer, and I feel like air fryers have become such a big thing this year. I don't know, I have just been seeing a lot of people on social media talk about and praise their air fryer, and I'm just like, I don't feel like I need one. I think I'm fine without one. I don't own any disposable sponges. I used to have those disposable sponges all the time, and once I found out that there are reusable sponges, I immediately stopped using those, and I've been using reusable sponges ever since, and they're just so much better. You are not wasting money on sponges all the time. It's also very eco-friendly to be using a reusable sponge, and I've loved the one that I've been using for the past 2 years, and it's pretty awesome. So if you guys are interested in anything that I use, I have an Amazon store. I'll link it down below for you guys if you want to see everything that I use. I do not have an iron board. I do have an iron, and it's a hand-me-down that my mom gave me when I moved out, and I do find myself using it every once in a while, but I do not have an iron board. I just iron on my bed. I don't feel like I need to have a big iron board taking up space, so I do not have one, and I feel like I don't need one. I do not own a bicycle, and once again, I feel like during this pandemic, a lot of people purchased bikes. I remember going to the store and just seeing how empty the bikes were. There was no bikes in any of the bike racks in the stores, and everybody was just trying to find their hobbies and activities of things to do, and a lot of people bought bikes, but I don't have one. I never bought one, and maybe in the future I will have one, but right now it's not needed. I just use my car to get to and from places, so maybe one day, but right now I do not have a bike. I don't own any generic art. I don't have any of those signs that say like gather or welcome or with those cute sayings. I really like the sayings, but I just do not have them. I find the ones that have the cliche sayings to be a little bit tacky, and it's just not something that I want in my home. The only artwork that I have in my home are these 2 paintings that my boyfriend and I painted a while ago on a wine and paint night, and we painted them and we just have them hanging up in our room now, so that's pretty much all the art that we have. I don't own any foundation. I finally finished up the foundation that I used to have, and I am not going to purchase a new one because I feel like I don't even need foundation at this point. If I do have something that I need to cover up, I will probably use concealer, but as far as just covering my whole face with foundation, it's just not something that I want to do anymore. I don't own an eyelash curler. I used to have one, but I found myself not really using it as much. I didn't like just taking that extra time and effort to make my lashes look a little bit better, so I just stopped using it, and I no longer purchase eyelash curlers anymore. I don't buy makeup wipes anymore. I used to love purchasing makeup wipes to get my makeup off, but now I just use a reusable makeup cloth. Reusable makeup wipes are so much better because not only are you saving money, but it's so much eco-friendly to just use that over and over again than purchase makeup wipes. I do not own any hair serums. I used to wear hair serums all the time. I have pretty frizzy hair, and I would always try a bunch of different hair serums to make my hair look a little bit less frizzy and poofy, but none of them ever worked for me. I do not use any hair conditioner. I do use shampoo, but conditioner is something that I feel like is kind of pointless. I mean, it makes your hair soft and everything, but I just don't purchase conditioner anymore. It's just kind of a personal preference, and I am just good with some regular shampoo. I don't buy fake acrylic nails anymore. I used to buy those little press-on nails or the ones that you glue onto your fingernails, but I don't buy those anymore. I just found them to be such a hassle. It was really annoying when one of the nails would break off and then you would lose it, so you're walking around with just like one missing nail, and it was just not something that I really enjoyed. I mean, it was cute at first, but after a while it's kind of uncomfortable to use too, like when I would shower and I'm like scratching my head and then the nails would come off, so I just found the whole thing to be really annoying and a lot to deal with, so I just stopped purchasing fake acrylic nails. I don't own any air fresheners. I used to buy like the Febreze spray and car air fresheners, but I don't purchase either of those anymore. If I want to freshen up my car, I'll just roll down the windows. If I want to freshen up my home, I will just light up a candle. I don't own a physical calendar anymore. Now I just use my Google Calendar on my phone or on my laptop, and I just use those to keep track of everything. I also have a planner to just jot down anything on my calendar that I need to know, such as important dates or bills that are due. Other than that, I do not have a physical calendar. I don't have any shaving cream. What I use now is just regular soap or body wash to shave. I don't purchase those specialized shaving creams anymore, and I just feel like they're not worth it when you can just use soap or body wash. I don't have multiple phone cases. I used to love having different phone cases just because I would get tired of one and then I'd want to switch it up, but now I just have one phone case and that's all that I need. I don't have any sporting equipment. I don't have tennis balls or tennis rackets or a basketball. I don't really play sports, and there's nowhere really around here where I live where I could go and play any sports, so I don't have any sporting equipment. I don't have a clock in my home. The only clock that I have is the clock on my phone and just the time on the stove and the microwave, and that's pretty much everything that I need to see the time. I don't have a desktop computer. I just have my laptop. I used to want to have a desktop computer, but I found that my laptop is so much better because I can obviously move around and take it with me wherever I go, and I just feel like I do not need a desktop computer at this time. I don't have a DVD or CD player. I don't even have any CDs anymore. I have a few DVD players, but what we do if we want to watch any DVDs, we just use a PlayStation that my boyfriend has, and we just use that to play DVDs if we wanted to watch. I do not own a mop. What I do have is a Swiffer, but I don't purchase those wipes that go with the Swiffer. What I use instead is just a reusable cloth, and that is how I get my floors cleaned. I do not own any heels. I've just never been one to feel comfortable walking in them, and they're just kind of a hassle for me. I feel like my feet were not made to walk in heels, so I no longer have any heels in my home. I do not have any extra storage space. I used to feel like I did need more storage because I felt like our apartment was too small, but all I had to do was some good old decluttering, and I do not need any extra storage space for my things. So those are all the 30 things that I do not own in my home as a minimalist. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Let me know down in the comments below if you own any of these or if you don't own any of these. I would love to know. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It supports me and my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.